Hey guys, Pieguy Rules here, and welcome to the last part of Creature from the Krusty Krab. So before we get into the game, I want to show off some extra stuff. So from the main menu here, you have these bonus games, which are basically just the mini games that were in the middle of the other games that weren't particularly fun. So I won't be revisiting them, but it's cool that they offer that as an option. There's also extras here. Now, you can go to the shop, and I did this off camera because basically this shop isn't really a shop at all. It's just like a raffle machine, and you just press A. You keep pressing A. I did it off screen, and it just gives you something random. And so I got a decent amount of stuff from the gallery. I'm not gonna grind out enough Z's to see all the extra stuff here. I don't have that much interest in it, but I will show off what I did collect. So it looks like some concept art. I would like for this to be a little bigger, maybe, take up more of the screen, because that looks a little small, but giant engine, Tough Tavern, and this is the music from that stage, I guess. Yeah, okay. Alright. Some stuff from the worm, I guess. From inside the worm level, there's more stuff. Inside the worm, Patrick Man stuff. There's the dreaded Patrick, or dastardly Patrick, or whatever it was. There's the guy in his costume. Okay, this stuff's cool. The chum bucket of Dr. P. Hey, is that crabs and Squidward? They don't like appear anywhere else in this stinking game. Beware the hooks. I touched my brain. Oh, and there's some deranged characters. Nice. Okay. And this is music from one of the stages. Okay. Wouldn't need to listen to that for too long. And it looks like the final, or the quote-unquote boss battle, I guess, if you could call it that. And I think that brought us back. So that's that. Yeah, there's also cheat codes, and we are going to be using a code here. I wish... Oh, I gotta go up and down. Oh, crud. I wish there was a cheat code that let me get, like, all the extras and stuff. And maybe there is, but I didn't see any on any website I looked at. But there is one cheat code that I definitely want to enter, and it's Scooties. And this is the one that will allow us to play as all the characters on the last stage. This is basically the reward for collecting all the sleepy seeds, but instead of, because I don't want to go through all the levels just to hunt for these things, because it's not very fun, and there's no shortcuts. I'm just gonna type it in here, and that way you guys get to see it, I get to experience it, and I don't have to waste my time doing all that. If I sound a little tired and a little grumpy, it's just because I wait a minute. Scooties. There's no... What? Uh-oh. Scoot... Oh, L-E-S? Scootleys? Is that an I or an L? I can't... Oh. Ah. Oh. Sorry about this, but yeah, I just spent the past few nights like pulling a few all-nighters to get the SpongeBob Season 9B video done. Those PyCons, man, takes me a long time. It's always longer than I expect, and it's, you know, I've had people call me lazy for using the PyCons instead of footage or something. Like, trust me, using footage would be just infinitely easier, because the way I change these PyCons, if you were to basically like, if you were to condense that hour and a half of PyCon changes in the video, you could basically make like a 30-second really, really fluid animation. You know what I'm saying? If each one of those was an individual picture, with how many times it changes, did that work? Is it Scooties or Scoodles? That I looks like an L. S-C-O-O-T. Let's try L-E-S. Scootleys. There we go. What a remarkable bonus feature. Thanks, game. Didn't even tell us what it is. And yeah, free play just lets you play any stage you want at any time. And that's about that. All right, let's get back to where we were. Wherever we were in Shangri-La or whatever it was. Oh, what? Oh, I just got to go to story mode. Right. Derp. And I will give some final thoughts on this game because it looks, I mean, that loading screen. All right, let's see. Look for the secret sleepy seats in all the levels to unlock races for the hypnotic highway. Right, but I entered the cheat code, so like, yeah. Hypnotic highway. Oh, is this just gonna be another racing stage?
And you say that you have been experiencing dreams, Dreams that are vivid and peculiar?
Yes, that is exactly it.
May I ask, what were you eating before you fell asleep?
Krabby Patty, I guess.
I love Krabby Patties. I too indulged in a crumb, a mere morsel, mind you, of succulent Krabby Patty.
Well then,
So that part wasn't a dream?
are quite clear. The particular chemical composition of these Krabby Patties must have affected your
Subtitles
biorhythms
with the
and
Z's.
altered your dreams. This is not uncommon with the Krabby Patty snacks, especially late at night.
Who eats a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m.? Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Is it not obvious?
I am that Krabby Patty. If we ever want to wake from this living nightmare, I suggest we catch that patty.
He's right. After that Krabby Patty.
Wait a minute. That guy wasn't a guy at all. Oh, he was the Krabby Patty. You join us at the
Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
Unusual race.
Oh, I guess this isn't the last stage then, because there's still sleepy seats. SpongeBob's back in the driving seat. Yeah, I know, game. This game.
Wait up, guys.
So this isn't a race then? We're just... What are we even doing?
Love that rocket, Patrick.
I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know if this is the last stage or not, but it's got to be either the last or the second last. Anyway, my feelings on this game are pretty low.
Nice ship, Senor Octopus.
Honestly,
I don't know what that doctor was talking about. This is all perfectly normal.
this game is super repetitive and just so handholdy that it's not even fun. You know, someone mentioned, like, the comparison to Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is always the one that, like, I always make that comparison because Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is obviously the worst of, well, not obviously, but it's the worst of the games that I've played, the 3D platformers in this series thus far. But the thing about Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is that it was basically just technically unimpressive. That was like the main thing. It was missing a lot of polish and finesse and stuff that should be expected by the GameCube era. So it's kind of hard to like place how I feel about that game in comparison to others because it's like that one's handicapping itself basically. But anyway, I enjoyed Revenge of the Flying Dutchman more because in that game.
And I don't have an extra Krabby Patty for you.
Is this your dream, SpongeBob?
Even a dunderhead like you must know it's my dream.
But even in that game, there was platforming sections where you could fail. You know, there was exploration, and that's a big thing that this game is absolutely 100% missing. There is no exploration. It is all incredibly linear. The only side paths are just little hidden sleepy seeds, and that's it. And there's not that many of them, and the game even point blank tells you where they are, or kind of tells you where they are.
Weird enough. Now I'm racing through my own subconscious.
So there's no exploration. Like breaking down each stage, I mean, you can see the repetitive nature of it. In SpongeBob's driving stage, you drive, then do a short platforming section where you're fighting the same enemies again and again. Hey. And then you do a race against a character, and then there's another character that wants to race you, so you go collect more parts, and then you come back, and then you race this character again, and then it's like this, it's the same thing again and again. Patrick Man stage. Every single, you go into a new area, bam, there's a guy on the phone you gotta talk to. Okay, what does he say? Defeat all the enemies, or tear down posters, or whatever. It's a sleepy seed, but I don't even really care. You know, again and again and again. You're not even, you know, the game point blank tells you what you're supposed to do all the time. And the enemies you fight as Patrick Man, it's all the same enemy. Sometimes they'll have different numbers on their shirt. Sometimes it might be like a super version of that enemy or something. But it's all the same enemy. Same thing with all of the other levels. In SpongeBob's driving level, you get 2 enemies, an armored one and a non-armored one. That's it. That's not variety. And then the same enemies, well, variations of those same enemies appear inside the worm. It's one that you got to slam into and the one that you don't. And then they have tricycle variants, but that's not much of a variant. So there's no, and then there's multiple segments where you're on a rocket or a plane, and there's multiple segments here where you're driving. It's very repetitive and very basic and bare bones, and there's no sense of exploration, there's no sense of challenge, there's no sense of adventure here. And it doesn't help that there's a sleepy seed. That the characters' dreams and the sections are like really random and disjointed at times. It doesn't help give you kind of a cohesive experience when you're just suddenly snapping to Super Patrick in an entirely different place. I get what they were trying to do, and I appreciate the little bit of variety that is in there and how each of the different characters' levels kind of play differently, but I don't know, it seems like a very, very random way to do that instead of something that feels like a more cohesive experience. The mini-games you play multiple times, and they're not very fun. They're very basic. Yeah, I mean, if I were to give this game a rating, I would probably give it a D. Like, honestly. These collectibles I'm collecting... Oh, I actually failed that. So what did I'm not even racing anyone here. I'm just...
It all looks perfectly normal to me, Rick.
I'm just beating out the clock, basically. Hit the turbo strips to go fast. Okay. Those Z's, they don't... Excuse me? They don't do anything in the game. Like, they unlock extras, which is, like, okay, but it's like, why... If I collect a bunch of them, can't I get, like, a power-up or an extra life or something? But the game doesn't have any of that stuff. I definitely see this as someone's first attempt at making a video game. And I don't know if this was for the company or not, but considering they went on to make Atlantis Squarepants after this, I don't think they really know what is fun about video games. And I mean, that's just me, the sample size of those 2 games, and me never having heard of the company otherwise. Oops.
Watch out, worm dudes.
But, yeah.
This must be my dark side. Ooh, it's spooky.
But, like, what is he, where, I mean, what?
Well, that just isn't fair.
Oh, I got slowed down because I got hit.
No, the clams.
Like, what are we doing here? We're racing because of...
What's it like being in my dream, Patrick? I bet it's pretty cool.
Because a giant Krabby Patty doctor guy says that we need to we gotta chase him, and I don't know.
You certainly don't see that every day. Not unless you live here.
The humor is still in this game. That's one thing. I don't think I've yet had played one of the games yet, except for, I mean, not including the games that I've streamed, obviously. When I was talking about, like, comparing this to other games, I was talking about the ones that I've Let's Played, not the ones I've streamed. Because Atlantis is definitely the worst, absolutely, of the games that I've played on this channel thus far.
Well, Dale,
Period.
SpongeBob is really going for it in this race. He certainly is, Rick, and that's because he knows that the prize for winning is this wondrous Patty trophy.
Oh, okay, so that's why we're doing what we're doing. But yeah, of all these platformers, they've all had the SpongeBob humor. Some have been funnier than others, but it all does capture that, and so that's good.
Weird enough. Now I'm racing through my own subconscious.
And in SpongeBob's, like,
Letter here from an
I gotta remember to actually turn here.
What's the strangest race you ever won?
Probably this one.
I'd say without a shadow of a doubt, it might be this one. Well, I can't disagree with you there.
SpongeBob's first area, it's like the same track every time with slight variations. It's I don't know. Maybe they had time constraints or something. It's definitely not as frustrating. Ooh, Not as frustrating as some of the parts of the movie game, but the movie game is overall a lot more fun than this. Because there's actually a sense of exploration. And there's a challenge, too. I mean, it's, you know, I'm sure I'll be the first to say there's too much of a challenge in some areas, but I would rather be at least a bit challenged. I'd rather be over-challenged than under-challenged. And I know I did fail this mission, but, like, it doesn't feel like there's really, I don't know. I don't feel like I failed because I didn't play well enough. I just feel like I didn't, you know, I don't know. Because I don't even have any boosts on this level. I mean, I have these floor things, but I don't have any, like, boosts that I can use, so I don't know. Oop. All right, but that's my opinion on this game as a whole. If you like it, that's fine. It's not a game that I think is like just like the worst. It's not Atlantis Square Panis. Let me put it that way. And I mean, hey, if you like Atlantis Square Panis, that's fine too. But Atlantis is a game that I think is just an absolute F of a game. This one is, at least has creativity put into it. And at least, I can also say, on the upsides of this game, oops, shouldn't have crashed in that guy. The plankton section was fun. The part where I got to play as giant plankton. But it was like the shortest section. Or it was like the only section that doesn't come back later on, both the plankton sections. And I would actually say plankton's other section, the platforming, is probably the other best part of the game. Not that I was like, where's me fry cook? Not that that was a great stage, or you know, the platforming was like all right, but like, yeah, it was at least somewhat of a challenge, I guess. I don't know, and somewhat short. It didn't overstay its welcome. It is also weird to be missing, like, crabs and Squidward and stuff from this game. I'm sure they're mentioned somewhere or something. Do we oh, wow, I failed again. Alright, let me actually, like, play better here, I guess.
It all looks perfectly normal to me, Rick.
And I gotta say, these time challenges, it's like, whoa, gosh, what was that? It's like the least interesting way to do this sort of thing, because if I was racing a character on the stage, even if the character was just programmed to a certain time anyway, and it's actually irrelevant, it would still at least feel like I'm competing here instead of just stripped down. Here's a time, beat this time. You know, it's like it's not gameplay and story tied together. It's like story's telling you you're racing a character, but you're actually it's just a set time.
Watch out, worm dudes. This must be my dark side.
Like, it'd be cool if collecting these Z's actually sped me up or something.
Whoa. Well, that just
Alright, don't get hit by that stuff.
Oh no! The
Why? Watch after. Oh, crud.
I've let you
Couldn't.
down, Mrs. Bug.
Sometimes I can't really tell where I'm turning because the backgrounds are really distracting.
Pretty cool.
Oh, don't be silly, Dream SpongeBob. It's my dream, not yours.
But yeah, watch after I was crap talking how easy this game is. The last level becomes just this impossible challenge for me.
Plankton, this is my dream, and I don't have an extra Krabby Patty for you.
Your dream? Even a dunderhead like you must know it's my dream.
What is that there that I just like missed? Is that?
Well, Dale,
I can't tell what it is.
really going for it in this race.
He certainly is, Rick. And that's because he knows that the prize for winning is this wondrous patty.
Do I slow down when I kind of skid like that? That's not me pressing a button or anything. That's just the way he turns. Oh, crud.
By his victory on the track.
That sure is a tough break, Rick.
Like today wasn't weird
Don't-
enough. Now
there we
I'm
go.
racing through my own subconscious.
Alright, one more lap. I guess, actually.
Leave a letter here from an S Tentacles. He asks, "What's the strangest race you ever watched?"
I'd say
Oh,
without a
there we go.
shadow of a doubt, it might be this one.
There's Squidward's big thing. I can't remember if we raced Squidward, but even if we did, I don't think we did, actually. I think it was Plankton, Patrick, and Gary. But like that, I mean, gosh. Yeah. It's unfortunate, too, because Squidward and Krabs kind of got kind of got ignored in the last game as well. But that's, I mean, when it comes to crabs, I don't really. I've seen several different options now. I've seen replacement voice crabs in oh gosh, well, I've seen regular crabs in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I've seen replacement crabs in Battle for Bikini Bottom. I've seen crabs, but it's like mostly, I think it's just stock sayings from the movie or something in the movie game. I've seen him just be like absent from this game, and then I've seen him be weird pantomime crabs in Atlantis Scorpanus. I don't know which version I like the most. I mean, pantomime crabs is definitely funny, but funny for the wrong reasons, maybe. Did we do it? No.
Oh yeah, feel the skills, people.
Oops.
Hey, check out my wheels,
I hope that doesn't
man.
cost me. I can't really tell. I'm trying to go for the path that seems more inside the track, but it's a little difficult to tell. The way those guys are translucent, it kind of feels like I could drive through them, but nope. All right. Another checkpoint.
And he asked, "Where's me fry cook?" That's a very good question.
Good question indeed.
And poor Sandy doesn't even get a stinking mention. And Mrs. Puff's in this game, but not Sandy's like, after being playable in oh gosh, in Battle for Bikini Bottom, that was the highlight of her video game career, I think.
This must be a dream. I'm driving like a pro.
Oh crud. Oops. Okay, here we go. And we came in behind Patrick. You could actually see Patrick beating
Hey,
us.
I guess this was a dream after all. What a vivid imagination I have. Now to get you back to the Krusty Krab where you belong.
We want Krabby Patties!
Oh, those fish models.
Here's our food. Sorry I'm late. Stand aside.
Karate Choppers reference. Also, SpongeBob is definitely still dreaming.
Ta-da!
Hey, stupid! I said without relish!
One Krabby Patty, no relish coming right. Why is everybody staring at me? Have I always had this shell? Meow.
What? Oh, okay, so it is dreams within dreams. Let me guess, Gary's dream? Alright, to be fair, I did see a comment that told me that ahead of time, but... Where is SpongeBob, then? Oh, don't look at me like that, Gary. Okay, is that it, or you got anything else, game? What a plot twist. Credits. All right. Well, I wasn't able. Is this the credits or? Yeah, it's the credits. Blitz Games, founded by the Oliver twins. Team Rockfish Production. So yeah, I kind of said my piece already on this game. I guess I wasn't able to play as Patrick or Plankton. I guess I was lied to. But to be honest, it's just gonna be them in different cars, and I don't really care enough to see the bonus ending. I'm sure it's on YouTube if you're so inclined. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to seem too negative, but this game, like, paying $50 for this game would be such a ripoff, I think. I mean, not even if you liked it, it's a pretty dang short game. But I didn't like it. And these credits are going really slow, so we're just gonna press B. Oh. There's no sound. Where's the sound, game? That's a reference to Sleepy Time. Oh, is this explaining why... Or no. I was going to say, is this explaining where Gary got the inspiration for these dreams? But no, I guess these are just coincidences. This is so weird without audio. I didn't mute this, by the way. This isn't like they're playing copyrighted music and I had to mute it. I don't know why it's like this. It's probably a bug. Yeah, okay. Gary's imagining Plankton being giant. Got it. Is he going to meet a giant worm? I don't know why they're going through all this trouble with the story now. Like... What? What is going on? Like... Wow, way to be a jerk, SpongeBob. What's with the flashing every time it cuts? So was that a dream or what? Okay. Well, yeah. All right. That's Creature from the Krusty Krab for you. Join me tomorrow when we start Truth or Square. Pieguy rules out.